Hello everyone. I welcome you all to this video on a very interesting topic, that is study and scholarship opportunities in New Zealand. And we are going to discuss all the important points that you need to know about New Zealand as a study destination, the eligibility criteria, the education system, all these things we are going to discuss. Let me begin with my introduction. So I am Romesh Khandilwal. I am co-founder at Mentor Knowledge Management Private Limited, and I look after the worldwide universities, admissions and scholarships at Mentor. So as I was saying, we are going to discuss the following points in this video. That is why to choose New Zealand as a study destination. What is the education system of New Zealand? What are the different types of institutions where we can study in New Zealand? What are the different intakes and deadlines for the application? What are the popular programs, the scholarship opportunities? And then in the end, we will discuss the frequently asked questions. So this here, it is the map of New Zealand, and you can see that it is divided into two islands, the North Island and the South Island. So if in detail we see, New Zealand is actually located in the Southwest Pacific Ocean and consists of two main islands, the North Island and the South Island, which are separated by the Cook Strait. Capital of New Zealand is Wellington, which comes into the North Island, but the most popular city is Auckland, which is again in the North Island. The total population of New Zealand is approximately 4.5 million, while the population of Auckland itself is 1.4 million. So we can say that one third of the New Zealand's total population actually resides in Auckland. The official language of New Zealand are English and Maori. Uh, if you fly from India to New Zealand, mainly from let's say New Delhi or the Mumbai airport, the average time taken is 15 to 16 hours to from New Delhi or Mumbai to New Zealand, Auckland, basically. So the question is, why is New Zealand has become so popular as an study destination? So here are the reasons. The New Zealand study abroad experience is one of a kind, with perfect programs for students for almost every major. So no matter what you want to study, what specializations you want to do at the undergraduate level or at the master's level, in diploma, as a diploma or as a degree, New Zealand can offer you number of options to study in any kind of uh, study program. It is based on the prestigious British education system, and all the 8 universities of New Zealand are ranked in the top 3% in the world. Just see, the New Zealand has only 8 universities, and they come under the top percentage of the top ranked universities in the world. So we can understand that what is the level of education New Zealand is offering. The support service for international students are amongst one of the best, and the country is welcome to immigration. Due to these reasons, New Zealand has developed as an ideal overseas study destination. So, why New Zealand? Why to study New Zealand? It is a British-based education system, international reputation as a provider of quality education. The admission requirements are lenient. See, we are also in India, we are also following the British education system. So we have the most of our undergraduate degree programs are of 3 years. So to pursue a master's in New Zealand, your 3 years of bachelor's degree is mostly accepted. As I said, all those 8 universities of New Zealand falls into the top 3% of the world top ranking universities. So it is a well-known destination for the quality education. Still, you have the admission requirements in most of the universities and colleges is comparatively lenient, easy, and you might find uh, solution for every kind of student if you are planning to study in New Zealand. The people of New Zealand are very welcoming, they are very warm, and you will always feel like as a second home if you have if you have chosen New Zealand as your study destination. And the best part is New Zealand offers up to 3 years of post-study work visa. As we know, most of the countries these days, they offer the post-study work visa, but New Zealand offers up to 3 years of post-study visa. Obviously, it differs from 1 year to 3 years, depending upon the kind of study program that you have chosen to study in New Zealand. But this post-study work visa scheme of New Zealand also makes it a very attractive destination to uh, study. The best part is New Zealand is among the uh, top two countries in the world which are known as the best destinations to apply for the PR, and their PR opportunity is very much and directly linked with their study program. So if you have chosen New Zealand as your study destination, your chances, your opportunities, your probability of getting PR increases and improves. So what are the different types of educational institutes you will find in New Zealand? The first and the foremost is the universities. So universities has total 8 universities. All the 8 are government funded universities, and they are providing the programs ranging from undergraduate to postgraduate and to doctoral level programs. Then comes the institutes of technology and polytechnics, commonly known as ITPs. They are again the government funded institutes. There are total 16 ITPs in New Zealand, and they are also a popular destination for study in New Zealand. They offer a wide variety of programs which are both academically and vocationally very focused. And then there are private tertiary and training establishments. There are a growing number of private tertiary and training providers offering courses in a diverse range of subjects, including arts, hospitality, computer studies, secretarial studies, quality management, ecotourism, and others. So, as a student, as per your requirement, as per your budget, as per your profile, as per your academic needs, you will find uh, some or other solution in any of these three different type of educational institutes that New Zealand offers. So let's discuss about the universities in New Zealand. As I said, there are 8 universities, all are government funded. All the 8 universities are divided into the North Island and the South Island. If we discuss about the North Island, Auckland has 2 universities. One is University of Auckland, and second is Auckland University of Technology. Then comes the University of Waikato, Massey University, Victoria University of Wellington. All these universities are coming in the North Island. Then if we discuss the South Island, we have Lincoln University, University of Canterbury, University of Otago, and Queenstown Resort College. So if we discuss about the ITPs in New Zealand, there are total 16 ITPs in New Zealand. We have listed 12 of those ITPs that we represent: the Unitech Institute of Technology, Eastern Institute of Technology. Unitech Institute of Technology is one of the top rated ITPs in New Zealand, and the prestige and the value of this Unitech Institute of Technology is as good as any university in New Zealand. So if you see the list, most of the ITPs are coming in North Island. If it is Unitech Institute of Technology, Eastern Institute of Technology, Otago Polytechnic, Wellington Institute of Technology, most of them are in the North Island. In South Island, they have ARA Institute of Canterbury, Nelson Melbourne Institute of Technology, Southern Institute of Technology. So you will see that most of ITPs are also into the North Island of New Zealand. So, how is the New Zealand education system can be defined? You must have heard about in New Zealand, the courses or the programs are divided into different levels. So, the levels ranges from 5 to 10. If you're talking about the studies after 12th, so 12th onwards. So 5 or 6, these are the level which provide the diploma programs after 12th, and you have to choose the 5 and 6 level together. So because you have to have at least 2 years of study program if you want to study in New Zealand. So while if you are choosing the lowest level after 12, then you have to join the 5 and 6 combined, which would be a 2-year program. If not, then you can go for the level 7 program, where you will get the bachelor's degree. So as a 12th pass student, you have two options. Either you can choose the level 5 6 combined, or you can go for the level 7 program, that is the bachelor's degree program. uh, uh, Most of the bachelor's degree program are of 3 years, fewer of 4 years also. And if you've chosen the bachelor's degree with honors, that those programs would be considered as the level 8 program. Now, suppose you are already a graduate, then what options you have? At graduate level, you can start with level 7. At level 7, they offer the graduate diplomas or graduate certificates, or you can start with graduate this level 8, where you can go for the postgraduate diplomas or postgraduate certificates, or you can directly enroll for the master degree program at level 9 after completion of your bachelor's degree from India or from any country. Later on, you can even enroll for the doctoral programs or the PhD programs, which would be considered as the level 10 program. So what are the university's entry requirement? Say, if you are planning to enroll for a bachelor's degree program, most universities have those programs are of 3 years, and you have to enroll after 12th. At For the bachelor's degree program, most universities require 75% or above as overall in your 12th. But if you're enrolling for the these bachelor's program, as I said, are the level 7 program. At level 7, if you're enrolling for a graduate diploma program, that is after you have already completed your bachelor's in India, and after that you are going, then the entry requirement are comparatively low. You can start with 55%. If you are enrolling for a PG diploma program, you have to have a minimum of 60% or above in your bachelor's. Or if you are applying for the master's degree program, you have to have a minimum of 60% to 75%, ranging from university to university or the program to program. At the same time, if you want to apply for the ITPs, then the Unitech Institute of Technology, Auckland, which I said is considered as good as a university in the reputation of prestige, is as good as the university level. So their requirement, this particular ITP requirement of the Unitech Institute of Technology, they have comparatively higher requirement in comparison to any other ITPs. They require a minimum of 60% or above in your 12th if you want to apply for the UG diploma. That would be of 2 years. That is a level 5 and 6 combined. Or you can apply for the bachelor's degree, that is level 7 program, for which you need a minimum of 70% or above in your 12th. Or you can, if you have already a graduate student from India, you can apply for the 1-year graduate diploma, that is again level 7, and you need a minimum 60% in your bachelor's degree. Or you can apply for the PG diploma, where you need a minimum of 60%. This is a level 8 program. Or you can apply for the master's degree program, which would range from 1 year to 2 year. That is a level 9 program, and you need a minimum of 60% in your undergraduate degree. Except Unitech, in most of the other ITPs, that is Otago Polytechnic or the Manuka Institute of Technology or any other ITP, you will need a minimum of 50% or above in your 12th or in your undergraduate degree. Or in some rare cases like PG diploma, master's degree, you need a 60% minimum in your bachelor's degree to apply for the admission. So most students find the post-study work visa system of New Zealand very attractive. So we have to understand what are the policies attached with the post-study work visa. That is the duration of the post-study work visa that would be available to you once you complete your studies in New Zealand. So here it is like this. If you are, if you have undertook an undergraduate diploma, that is level 6 program, or a graduate diploma, that is level 7. Level 6 you will do after 12th, and level 7, that is graduate diploma, you will do after completion of your bachelor's degree in India. If you have done any of these programs, which would be of 1 year only, if you have done undertaken a 1 year degree in this New Zealand diploma, you will be you will get sorry, these programs are of 1 year or 2 year, you will get only 1 year of post study work visa in Auckland. But if you've done the same program outside Auckland, you will get 2 years of post study work visa. At the same time, if you've done any bachelor's degree from New Zealand after 12th, anywhere from New Zealand, or you have done any postgraduate diploma, that is a level 8 program, or you have done a master's degree program, that is a level 9 program, either on the North Island or on the South Island, either in Auckland or outside Auckland, you will be eligible to get a post-study work visa for up to 3 years. So to get the maximum benefit, either you study outside Auckland. If you're applying for the level 6 undergraduate diploma or level 7 graduate diploma, it is better if you apply to any college or institute which is located outside Auckland, or otherwise you can apply for a bachelor's degree program after 12th, or a postgraduate diploma or master's degree program and in anywhere in New Zealand to get a 3 years of post-study work visa. Fine. So what are the various intakes and deadlines? There are generally two intakes in New Zealand, that is the February and the July if you're applying to the universities. But if you are applying to any ITPs or private institutes, they offer multiple intakes in a year. So we can say that practically there is an intake every month in New Zealand in some or other institute, resulting in the students going there throughout the year. So as such, in the universities in New Zealand or the ITPs or the private institutes, they generally don't have a specific deadline to apply for, but it is always good to start your application process at least 5 or 6 months prior to the start date of the college, because you need at least 1 month to arrange the document and apply. Then you have to wait for the offer letter to come. Then you have to apply for the visa and complete the visa formalities. So it is always better to have a good amount of time in your hand to do the process smoothly and properly. So how the flow chart of the application visa process will work? First of all, we receive your application. We will review your application. We will process your application will be processed by us, that is mentor, if and when it is completed. So we will represent you to the New Zealand universities and ITPs and colleges. If there are any shortcomings we find in your application, we will discuss those things, we will communicate those things to you, and we will get them completed, and then we will submit those applications to the universities or the ITPs, and it will take minimum of 7 to 30 days to get the decision or the offer letter from the respective institute. So once the offer letter received, you will accept the offer letter. We will guide you about the financials and visa documents. You have to arrange the documents. We will help you with the proper documentation and everything. Then we will apply for your visa, and we will wait for the receival of the approval in principle. This AIP is a very unique concept with the New Zealand. If you once you apply to the embassy for the visa, you will receive an AIP. If you have received the AIP, that is approval in principle, you can say that you have got the visa almost 90% with confirmation. So AIP can be of two types. One is AIP with FTS, and the second is AIP without FTS. So what is AIP with FTS? AIP with FTS is if you have received an approval in principle with the condition of FTS, then you need to transfer the first year tuition fees to the respective institute in which you have taken the admission. At the same time, you have to open an account with the ANZ Bank, and you have to transfer a fund equal to 15,000 New Zealand dollars to that account, which would be a fund for your first year of living expenses. And once you have done this, you have to provide the evidence of the transfer to the embassy, and they will issue you the e-visa. At the same time, suppose you have got the AIP without FTS. In that condition, you just need to provide the transfer the tuition fees to the your respective institute, the first year tuition fees to your respective institute. You have to give embassy the evidence of your transfer, and then later on embassy will issue you the e-visa. So these are the two different kinds of AIPs you may receive on your after the submission of application to the embassy. We are going to discuss the FTS part a little further in the further slides. So what are the various popular study fields which you can apply in New Zealand? See, as such, I have said you in the earlier also that in New Zealand, because they have 8 universities, 16 ITPs, and then number of tertiary and private institutes, you will find each and every kind of program that you want to study in study abroad. But the popular programs for which most students from India, they apply to New Zealand are the business and management, information technology, engineering and technology, construction, architecture, built environment, health and social service, operations and logistics, hospitality and tourism, viticulture and oenology. All these are the different programs which are popular in New Zealand for the international students. Now we are going to discuss a very important part of of today's topic, that is scholarships that you can apply for in New Zealand. You are aware that Mentor, as a overseas education consultants, we focus a lot on the scholarship parts. No matter which country you have chosen, from USA, UK, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, or anywhere in Europe, we try to get you the maximum scholarship. We have developed our own worldwide university scholarships knowledge repository, and we help, we assist almost every student who is going through us to any country in the world to get him the scholarship. And a good number of our students every year, they get some other kind of scholarship in some other country that they are going to. So here we are going to discuss the scholarship opportunities we have in New Zealand. One of the very popular scholarship in New Zealand is the New Zealand Excellence Award, that is NZEA. The scholarship amount is for the PG level, it is New Zealand dollar 5,000, and at the UG level, it is 10,000 New Zealand dollars. This scholarship is given strictly on the merit basis, and it is applicable to all the 8 universities of New Zealand. There are around 30 to 40 scholarships that they award every year to the students, to the international students coming to New Zealand. Second type of scholarship is the Tongirawa scholarship. This scholarship amount is 10,000 New Zealand dollars. It is again a merit-based scholarship, and this is applicable only for the students who have applied to the Victoria University of Wellington. They offer to around 19-20 students every year this scholarship. So what is the eligibility criteria for the Tongirewa scholarship? International students who are paying full international fees and entering their first year of undergraduate degree or entering a postgraduate degree. So the students who are enrolling for the degree programs and who are applying for the first year of their undergraduate degree or the first year of their postgraduate degree, they are eligible to apply for these scholarships. Next is the University of Waikato International Excellence Scholarship. The amount for this scholarship is up to 10,000 New Zealand dollars. It is again a merit-based scholarship. As the name suggests, it is applicable only for the candidates who have applied and have the conditional or the unconditional offer letter from the University of Waikato. And all the eligible students can apply for this scholarship. University of Waikato Tauranga Campus International Bursary. So the University of Waikato has one more scholarship or a bursary specific for the students who are applying for the Tauranga campus for the studies. This scholarship is equal to amount up to New Zealand dollar 10,000. It is again a merit-based scholarship and applicable to the students who are applying to the Tauranga campus of University of Waikato. So eligibility for the University of Waikato International Excellence Scholarship, applicants must be intending to enroll at University of Waikato for the first time in either an undergraduate or postgraduate degree and must have received a conditional or unconditional offer or of place from University of Waikato. That means you should be the fresh student who have never been a student of the University of Waikato, and for the first time you are applying for the undergraduate or a postgraduate degree program in this university, and you already have a conditional or an unconditional offer letter from the university. Eligibility criteria for University of Waikato, Tauranga bursary. The Tauranga bursary is to be offered to students who are enrolling at the University of Waikato. As I said, for the first time at the university's new Tauranga campus, the bursary is valued at New Zealand dollar 10,000 and will be applied to recipients' tuition fees at the beginning of their University of Waikato studies. So this particular bursary is giving to promote their new campus at Tauranga. Next is the scholarships opportunities given by the Lincoln University. It is the International Taught Master Merit Scholarship. The scholarship amount is up to New Zealand dollar 7,000 to New Zealand dollar 10,000 toward the overall cost of your studies. It is a merit-based scholarship, and the students who have got this conditional or unconditional letter from the Lincoln University, they become eligible to apply for this scholarship. But at the same time you should have a GPA of a B plus average or 75 to 79% in your last qualification, on the basis of which you have applied for the admission to this university. So these are the different programs for which, if you are applying, you will be eligible to that scholarship. As I said in the previous slide, it is from 7,000 to 10,000. So for 7,000 New Zealand dollar to become eligible for that scholarship, you should be applying to any of these programs: the Masters of Pest Management, Master of Precision Agriculture, Master of Science in Food Innovation, Master of Environment Management and Policy, Master of Management in Agribusiness, Master of Management in Agriculture System, Master of Wine and Viticulture, Master of Disaster Risk and Resilience. Then comes the New Zealand dollar 10,000 if you got the offer letter for any of these program. One is Master of Business Global Management and Marketing, Master of Business Finance, Master of Professional Accounting, Master of Sports and Recreation Management, Master of Tourism Management, Master of International Rural Development. There is one more very important and popular scholarship, that is the Waiteria New Zealand and Welltech Excellence Award. This scholarship is given by in jointly given by the Welltech and the Waiteria New Zealand. This is the Excellence Award towards tuition fees to a selected number of students at undergraduate or postgraduate level, specifically who have taken admission in the fields of business, IT, creativity, or engineering. So this is scholarship at undergraduate level. The amount is maximum up to 6,000 New Zealand dollar. If you're applying for the graduate diploma or PG diploma, the maximum amount of scholarship would be 2,000 New Zealand dollar. Or if you're applying for the postgraduate program, it would be maximum up to 5,000 New Zealand dollars. And you can apply to any of these institutes, either Waikato, New Zealand, or the Wellington Institute of Technology, which is popularly known as Welltech. So any of these institutes you are applying, you can become eligible to apply for the scholarships mentioned above. What are the eligible programs? Either at bachelor's level, you should be applying for the information technology or for the bachelor's of creativity. At the graduate diploma level, you should be applying to general engineering, postgraduate diploma in management, or postgraduate diploma in information technology. Or at the master's level, you should be applying to masters of management or masters of information technology to become eligible for the scholarships I mentioned in the previous slide. Southern Institute of Technology 2021 scholarship scheme. This scholarship was previously only was valid only for the applicants till December 2020, but after the COVID-19 epidemic and because of the change scenario, they have extended it to the December 2021. For the whole 1 year, they have extended this scholarship. So now the scholarship amount is 20% on all tuition fees or overall tuition fees of the program. And it is applicable if you are the student of Southern Institute of Technology. That means if you have got the conditional or unconditional offer letter from the Southern Institute of Technology. What are the programs which you would be applying to Southern Institute of Technology and how the scholarship will work? If you're applying for the masters in IT, applied management, and applied health science, then for every 18 months of the duration, your tuition fees, general tuition fees, gross tuition fees would be 24,000 USD, New Zealand dollar. You will get a 20% of scholarship, that is 4,800. So your after discount, your tuition fees will be 19,200, and it would then you will have to add the resource fees, that would be 2,400 for this program. So your overall tuition fees after scholarship would be 21,600. So that the same way it will work for postgraduate diploma, it will work for postgraduate diploma in business enterprise, postgraduate diploma in IT, applied management, or graduate diploma or bachelor's degree or diplomas. So you will get a 20% on the base amount of tuition fees. The scholarship would be 20% on the base amount of tuition fees for the international student. Then you have to add the resource fees, and then you will come down to the final tuition fees after scholarship. So now let's frequently discuss the frequently asked questions. So what is the correct time to start applying for student for studying in New Zealand? It is recommended to start applying for at least 6 months before the start date of the course. First of all, you will submit us the initial documents. We will prepare your application and we will apply on your behalf to the university. That you will receive the offer letter from the university. Meanwhile, you will arrange the financial documents. Then we will apply for your visa. Finally, if you are invited for the visa interview, you will give your visa interview, or might be without an interview, you may get the visa, and then you will fly to New Zealand. Second most discussed question of the question which we get to answer very frequently is the what is the difference between a graduate diploma, that is the level 7 program which you can apply only after completion of bachelor's degree in India, or the postgraduate diploma, that is the level 8 program, which is again you become eligible after completion of bachelor's degree in India. So what is the basic difference between these two programs? So let's discuss the basic difference between these two programs. The graduate diploma, that is the level 7, is more of a specialized applied learning coupled with practical knowledge. That is industry-led program relating to the undergraduate field of study that you have already completed in your country. In contrast, a postgraduate diploma, that is a level 8 course, is more academic learning or research-based learning. So if you want to become industry ready, the level 7 graduate diploma is something which is more suitable for you. Or if you want to go for your further education, even after completion of your level 8, then the graduate diploma would be more advisable to you. But at the same time, let me go back to that slide. If you have done the graduate diploma of level 7, you would be eligible for the maximum of 2 years of post-study work permit. But at the same time, if you applied for the level 8 program, you would be eligible for a maximum of 3 years of post-study work visa. So this is again one of the major difference between the level 7 and level 8 program. For both the programs, you can apply only after completion of your bachelor's from India. What if you have too many backlogs? So in general, backlogs are not a big problem in New Zealand. They mostly don't focus too much on backlogs. They actually see the profile of the student. A good profile means a degree completed within the standard period. That is, if the degree was actually of 3 years and you have already completed it in 3 years, or if the degree was of 4 years and you have completed it within those 4 years, then, and with the percent of 60 to 75% at mass bachelor's or master's, you would be considered as a good profile if you're applying to the university, or if you have completed it in 55 to 60% if you're applying for the graduate or undergraduate diplomas. So this is how it works. Second is the work experience. Yes, you should include a proper salary statement, work experience certificates of all the different levels and all the different times that you have been into job before you apply for the visa, or between different education qualification that you completed in India. That means for every gap, if you have the work experience certificate, those certificates should be very proper and in order, because you have to understand the document which cannot be verified, they will not accept it, and it has no value in the eyes of the embassy. So who all can sponsor you for your student visa application in New Zealand? So the funds can be given by your parents, grandparents, brother, sister, that is your siblings, or the spouse. So the basic thumb rule is parents and only immediate relatives, your direct blood relatives, should ideally sponsor the student. The fund should be at least 6 months old. The statement of the fund should be maintained since last 6 months. And if you are not able to show a 6-month old statement, if you have some recent transactions in your bank statement, you have to provide the proper evidence from where you got those money in your bank. That means if you have recently sold some of your land or property, or something like this, so you have got those funds in your account, so you have to show them proper evidences of the recent funds that you have been got in your bank statement. You do not have to show flight ticket and medical insurance as part of funds. So if you are going for a program which is less than 1 year, then you just have to show the tuition fees for the entire course, and you have to show plus New Zealand dollar 15,000 as your living expenses. But if you are going for the program which is more than 1 year, then definitely you have to show the tuition fees for the first year. You have to show the New Zealand dollar 15,000 as your living expenses. At the same time, you also have to show them the payment plan for tuition fees for the next year, and your ability to meet your living expenses after the first year. So your profile, your financial profile, or your sponsor's financial profile should also be designed, or should be shown in this way. So we had discussed FTS a few slides ago, where we were getting the AIP from the embassy, that is the approval uh, in principle from the embassy. So what is the FTS? FTS is an option given at the discretion of the visa officer to students whose parents or sponsors do not have funds which are 6 months old. So in that case, the embassy can direct you to transfer at least 12 months living expenses, approximately New Zealand dollar 15,000, to a bank account in New Zealand, that is the ANZ bank, in addition to paying the tuition fees of your first year directly to the institute in New Zealand where you have applied. The amount of 15,000 New Zealand dollar that you deposited in a bank in New Zealand, that would be your money and you will get it back, but it would be divided back to you in a pre-arranged basis. Once you reach the New Zealand, you will get approximately 1250 New Zealand dollars per month once you reach the New Zealand. So you can withdraw this amount in this $1250 per month. So you have to understand, you can go for the FTS only if you have been directed by the embassy. If they have not directed you, you cannot go for the FTS, and you should not go for the FTS. What about the visa interview? The visa interview in New Zealand is not conducted for all the student. So if the visa officer wants to get some more clarification about your documents or about you, they may selectively invite you for the interview. And if you have invited, you have to go on the stipulated day to the embassy and give your interview. So once visa is applied, second question is how many days does it takes to receive the AIP, that is the approval in principle. So it takes generally 4 to 8 weeks to receive the AIP. If a student receives an interview call, we may expect a decision within 2 3 days after your interview is being conducted. How to get a police clearance certificate? See, this PCC, many students got confused. They generally get the PCC from the nearest police chowki or thana, but for New Zealand visa, the PCC that is required is to get from the local regional passport office. So you have to locate a regional passport office. You have to apply for the PCC. You can apply from online, from the PCs, this regional passport office website, and you have to then on the appointed date you have to go to the stipulated designated regional passport office or the passport seva cane to collect your PCC. Generally, if you have a passport which is more than 6 months old, then in those cases mostly you will not get the PCC immediately, but they will give you will get the PCC by post at your home. And your PCC for the visa, you should submit the original PCC, not the photocopy one. So now about the part-time jobs, we receive number of queries. What are the type of part-time jobs available? Who can work part-time? What about the part-time jobs? So all these things. There are numerous part-time jobs available for the international students in New Zealand. They have the culture of part-time jobs. A student can work for 20 hours per week during study time and up to 40 hours per week during holidays. And the minimum wage rate in New Zealand is $18.9 per hour. So it is a very good amount as a student to earn during part-time jobs. What if you have received a visa rejection? Is it possible to reapply? Yes, if the student gets a rejection on ground, that can be rectified. That means you have done some mistake in your first time application, and those mistakes are rectifiable. We can definitely make the changes in your visa file and reapply for your positive outcome. How many times can one apply for visa if rejected? There are no limitations on the number of times one can apply, but the grounds for rejection should be such that there is a possibility for the previous outcome to be overturned with proper rectification. There is no benefit if you have already know that you cannot make improvements in your visa application, then there is no benefit of reapplying for the visa. If a student has furnished a fraudulent document or lied about a previous visa rejection, we will not entertain the case for reapplication. If the embassy has rejected your visa on the ground of fraudulent documents or anything which you have lied in your application, in such cases, we will definitely not entertain your reapplication. So finally, let's end this video. Thank you for watching this video. You can reach us on our helpline number on by call or by WhatsApp, that is 982 550 3811. You can write to us on mentorcare.info@gmail.com, or you can visit our website, that is www.togethermentor.com. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you.